Injustice Year Zero Issue 5 finds Lois awakening to Clark deep in thought. Lois knows he's thinking about something serious since he's literally hovering off the ground. Getting up, Lois asks her husband to come back down to Earth, wanting to know what is going on inside his head. Clark talks about the party he had with the Justice Society that night and how he saw generations of heroes together and how he and Batman talked about legacy. Lois wants to have a little chat with Bruce about his talk, but Clark says that he was actually being quite kind, something Lois finds hard to believe. Clark says that Bruce says despite him not having any children, Superman has a legacy, but Clark knows he wasn't thinking of a hero to follow in his footsteps. Lois knows her husband was thinking about family, something her husband doesn't need to outrightly say since after all she's an award-winning investigative reporter. Lois knows nothing would make her happier to be a mother, but they know it's not safe. But Clark wonders maybe they should consult a doctor. Elsewhere in the Midnight Zone, Black Manta guides Joker, Harley and Andre into the depths, telling them that this place on Earth is where sun cannot penetrate. Harley loves the pretty creatures down in the dark, asking if they are almost there, but Manta says that they have barely scratched the surface and still have over 33,000 feet to go. Elsewhere, Lois and Clark head into a dark doctor's office where they meet with Dr. Midnight, who hopes he can help the couple find what they need. At the Challenger Deep, Manta swims out to collect the chest, blasting into the bedrock of the ocean to find the chained down chest. In Gotham, Alan Scott's ring activates, alerting him to an old failsafe he put in place on the chest. He tells his husband Jimmy that he's going to investigate, reassuring him it's probably just a false alarm. Jimmy wants him to come back to bed since it's the middle of the night, but Alan says his trip won't take him long, promising to get milk on the way home. Manta returns to the submarine with the Amulet of Apophis, wondering what it is, thinking he should take it for himself. Joker threatens to drown the villain if he doesn't hand it over as Andre dives for the amulet, but Joker hits him out of the way, saying it was quite naughty of the man to try and take the amulet for himself, since now his time on Earth has suddenly got shorter. Donning the amulet, Joker is given a slick new costume as Andre grabs one of Black Manta's weapons, saying the villain will never get the chance to use the amulet. Manta says that if he fires that weapon, they will all die, but Andre isn't afraid of death, especially having spent 20 years on the Suicide Squadron after the war. He pulls the trigger, but the gun doesn't work, since Joker has already invaded his mind, telling Andre to get into the airlock. Harley tries to stop Joker, but Joker yells at her, telling her to shut her mouth. Joker has Manta eject Andre into the depths, which immediately crushes him under the pressure. As he floats towards the surface, Green Lantern appears, descending in a construct bubble. Joker immediately gets a hold of his mind, destroying the construct and causing Alan Scott to begin drowning. Injustice Year Zero Issue 5 moved all of the series' multiple plotlines in really cool new directions as Joker finally gets the amulet and sets his sights on his first JSA member. I'm liking how we're getting the story of how the Kents became parents, since that ends up being quite a huge catalyst in Injustice Year 1, with that kind of being the whole crux of why this universe is so different, as well as the opening shot that kind of changes everything about the universe. The inclusion of the JSA, specifically Dr. Midnight helping out, is really cool, and I'm looking forward to the Joker battling the JSA, specifically Alan Scott, who seems to be in a bit of a predicament. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.